Day everyone. I hope that you are still fine while doing your math activities. How are you? Naintindihan ba ang lahat? So, na-notice ko na yung lahat ng mga activities last week parang hindi natin na-gets. Most of you got 0. But this time, I'm going to explain that, and then I will give another activity for you to answer. I would like to remind everyone that your week 1 lesson is just a review of your grade 4 and grade 5 lessons. So, as you notice, there are review about the LCM and the GCF. Remember that GCF and LCM is very important when you go to equations of fraction. Just like when you add fractions and when you subtract fractions, you will be needing those activities, the LCM and the GCF. Okay, part of your activity, you have to remember that there are two kinds of fractions, group of fractions. We have the similar. Try to look at the example. We have similar fractions. Why do we call these similars? Look at their denominators. The same denominators. So if the fractions having the same denominators, that group, we call it similar fraction. But below here, we have different kinds of denominators, different numbers. We have 10, 6, 3, 7. So, different denominators, which is, we call that dissimilar fractions. So, always remember, when you add and subtract fractions, you have to identify it first, whether it is similar or dissimilar. Let us try to add similar fractions. We will try 3/5 and 1/5. Let's say 3/5 plus 1/5. So, it's very easy because this is similar. All you have to do is to add all the numerators. The numerators are 3 and 1. So, you're going to add 3 plus 1, that is 4. And you copy the common denominator, which is 5. So, when we say common, that means they are the same. But, if in case that we have more addends, like, let us copy all this one, 3/5 plus 1/5 plus 2/5 plus 5/5. So, all you have to do is to add all the numerators because they are having the same denominator. So, add the numerators. 3 plus 1 plus 2 plus 5. That it will give you what? 4 and 7. We have 11. 3 plus 1, 4 plus 2, 6 plus 5 is 11. And you copy the common denominator, which is 5. Now, try to look at your answer. 11/5 is your answer. Say it. 11/5. Now, remember when you're still in grade 3, we have different types of fraction. When the fractions having like this, if the fraction is 4/5, okay, class, we have our first answer is 4/5 and our second answer is 11/5. These two answers, we call these fractions. But try to identify what kind or what types of fraction. Remember, when you're still in grade 3, you learn about proper fraction, improper fraction, and a combination of proper and whole number. We call that mixed form. Remember that one? Mixed form. So, these three are the different types of fraction. Now, look here. 4/5. What do you think is the name. What kind of fraction is that? Is that proper, improper, or mixed form? Of course, this one, when the numerator is smaller than the denominator, we call that proper fraction. But if the answer, if the number is 11/5, just like this, 11 is the numerator which is bigger than the denominator, we call that improper. Okay, I'll repeat. When the numerator is smaller than the denominator, we call that proper. If the numerator is bigger than the denominator, we call that improper. And the last one, we have the mixed form. For example, we have 4 and 1/5. 4 is a whole number and 1/5 is a proper fraction. A combination of a whole number and a proper fraction, we call that mixed form. Okay, now I want you to apply addition and subtraction for this similar fraction. We will start addition first. We will start here, 4, 10, and 2, 6. 4 10 plus 2, 6. As you notice that we have different denominators. So here comes the problem. We cannot add directly. Hindi natin pwedeng i-add directly because 10 and 6 are different dissimilar fraction. So, we're going to make it similar first before we are going to add. And how to do it? You're going to look for the LCD, the least common denominator. Okay? And to get that, you have to apply the LCM. Remember that one? 10 and 6. 10 repeated addition. 10 plus 10, we have 20, plus 10, we have 30, plus 10, we have 40. Okay. 6 plus 6, we have 12, and 12 plus 6 is 18. 18 plus 6 is 24. Then 24 plus 6 is 30. Now, we have already the LCM. And that LCM will be our LCD this time. The least common denominator. So that will be our denominator. So we are copy this one, 30. So 30 will be divided by the given denominator, 10. 30 divided by 10, it will give you 3. 3, you multiply it by numerator times the numerator. So 3 times 4, it will give you 12. Okay? And then 30 divided by 6 is 5. And then times 5 times 2, it will give you 10. So plus 10. So 12 plus 10 is 22. 30, you're going to copy that one, 30. Okay? Then 22 and 30 is very big. So you have to simplify your answer. How to simplify your answer? Of course, gamitin na natin si GCF pag mag-simplify tayo. Now, look for the GCF of 22 and 30. Now, 22. What are the factors of 22? 1 times 22. Another one, we have 2 times 11. 2 times 11 is 22. I think wala na. So, let's move to 30. 30 times 1 is 30. Another one, 15 times 2 is also 30. What else? 6 times 5 is also 30. Okay? Okay. 3 times 10 is also 30. So, what do you think is the greatest common factor? Kanang magkapareho sila, malaki na magkapareho. Of course, we have 1 here. And then 2 and 2 and no more. So, therefore, our GCF is 2. This is our GCF. And that will be used here as our simplifier para ma-simplify yung answer mo. So, 20 to 30, divide mo yan siya by over here. Let's see. Transfer natin dito. Your answer is 22, 30. So, use the GCF. GCF is 2. So, our divisor is 2. 22 divided by 2, 11. 30 divided by 2 is 15. So, this is now your final answer of that question. 4 plus 2 at 4, 10 plus 2, 6. The answer, the final answer is 11, 15. I'm going to give you another way of solving addition, the similar fraction. Let's say we have the same number 410 plus 2, 6. This time we call this butterfly addition, okay? A butterfly approach. Okay. 4 times 6, it will give you 24. Then 10 times 2 plus, the answer is 20. And then over it, you multiply the denominators 10 times 6. The answer is 60. So 24 plus 20 this time. 24 plus 20, that is 44. And then copy 60. This is now our answer but not yet the final because we're going to simplify this. We're going to look for the GCF. The GCF of 44 and 60 is, what do you think? It is number 4. So we're going to divide it by 4 by 4. Saan galing si 4? Siya ang ating simplifier. Siya ang ating GCF. Okay? So 44 divided by 4, it will give you 11. 60 divided by 4 is 15. See? We have the same answer as we did kanina. Okay.